So I think we talked about this before. They're making a reboot Power Rangers. They're rebooting Power Rangers from the last movie they had. So we got some details about this new reboot. One of the things is that it's supposed to be within the TV series continuity. So it's supposed to be like, I think 20 to 20 or 30 years after that, but it's supposed to be within that same continuity to where some of those characters could come back. They actually said some of those characters could come back. More or less, they said one character might come back, but they kind of made it vague to where some characters might still pop in here and there. To make it within that continuity is, it's kind of smart, but it could backfire on you. I mean, I'm be 100%. I did not mind the last Power Rangers movie. I thought the parts that they got right were the hardest parts, like making the kids seem interesting, making you believe these kids throughout this movie. That's the hardest part. Them just interacting with each other, that's very difficult. And I think they did that part really well. The part they didn't do well was the easy part. You know, the Zords, the Power Ranger fights, the weird monsters. That's the easy part. Not only I don't think they did it right, but they waited till like 10 minutes to the end of the movie to actually give them their suits and Zords. You can't do that. You can't do that. They're called Power Rangers, not Ninja Turtles. Not teenagers. I don't care about them in regular clothes all the time. I want to see them as Power Rangers. So, like, you need to get them into Power Ranger suits within the first, like, 30 to 40 minutes of this movie. Like, get them in the suits, have them go fight people. Have them fight people, lose, fight people again, lose slightly, and kind of figure it out, and then have to fight again, and finally use Zords. I also didn't like the not Megatron. What is it called? I just blanked out on it. I didn't like their final Zord form. I don't think it needed to look like the original Zord. It could have took some key things from it, but it just looked terrible. It looked terrible. Goldar looked terrible. That was just horrible. Why would you do that? At no point you go, let's just make weird slimy gold stuff. Oh, so bad. It was so bad. Everything else was really decent up until that point. Like, I dug the characters. I was okay with them. I fell in the trap these are high school. We'll go with that. Of course these aren't high schools. These are 20-year-old men. Whatever. I was okay with that. The part you lost me was at the end where you gave them Power Ranger suits for a minute and then barely showed the Zords. The Zords look crappy. But you did give me a chance to think there were going to be a Green Ranger, which would have been cool. That definitely would have been cool if y'all showed off a Green Ranger. That'd have been awesome. But you didn't. You dropped the ball. But I digress. Back to the talk of this reboot. So there is also supposed to be time travel in it. That's where the whole being set in the TV universe comes in handy. You could time travel, find old Power Rangers with new Power Rangers, fight new foes with old foes. That could be really cool. I don't know how you're going to squeeze that all in a 10-minute movie where you're trying to introduce people to this new Power Ranger team. Unless you already have them established as Power Rangers. That's what you really should do. You should have them already established as Power Rangers and then come up to a foe that just destroys them. But destroys them because he has some ancient ability that other Power Rangers knew how to stop. But you guys do not time travel. Boom, I just wrote the story. Oh, I'm getting my Mark Bernardin on. Whoop, whoop. But that was weird. Yeah, they're going to have time travel. And another thing is, Lord Zed is supposed to be one of the villains. I say one of the villains since they have time travel. I'm assuming there's going to be multiple villains in this. But Lord Zed is coming back. And I like Lord Zed as a villain. He made sense. He was somewhat terrifying. He got to the point. He only did weird stuff when Rita was there. So I like Rita. Don't get me wrong. But you don't need her in this one. You don't need her in this one. She can do a cameo, but she shouldn't be the main villain. She honestly shouldn't. No. But yeah, super excited for this reboot and see what they do, especially since they're trying to tie the other Power Ranger stories to this. I think that should help it a lot more. But let me know what you guys think. Hit me up. What's up, guys? That was just a small clip from my podcast. If you want to check out the full podcast, go ahead and go over to Anchor and search Black Geek Cool Podcast, or hit up Spotify, Stitcher, Pocket Cast, or anywhere podcasts can be found. Also, you can look in the description of this video, and I'll have a link to where you can go directly to the podcast. Thanks for listening, guys, and I'll talk to you in the next one.